What if the most powerful portal to other realities wasn't somewhere far away, but hidden in your own body? Ancient traditions called it the throne of the soul, a sacred mechanism built into you. It doesn't run on logic or language. It runs on rhythm, on memory coded into your very flesh. And this code doesn't activate through thinking. It awakens through returning to something you once knew but forgot. You sit on it. You walk with it. But most people have no idea what it holds. This is the sacrum, Latin for sacred. We often talk about energy, frequency, and alignment. But rarely do we talk about the structure that holds and supports much of this inner architecture. Tucked at the base of the spine, this triangular bone has been quietly guarding one of the most powerful energetic centers in the human body. In ancient traditions, the sacrum was never seen as just a bone. It was revered as sacred, hence its name. In Sanskrit-based systems, it sits at the foundation of the Kundalini, the coiled life force said to rise and awaken higher consciousness. In Taoist internal practices, it is the hinge that allows the microcosmic orbit to fully circulate. Even in modern mind-body teachings like Joe Dispenza's method, the sacrum is the base from which breath and intention meet, to shift consciousness and enter expanded states. The sacrum is the gate. It's about structure, energy, and how the two meet. And when you learn to connect with it consciously, your entire system begins to recalibrate. The moment you understand that your body is not just matter, but a living temple, your entire relationship with it begins to change. And the deeper you listen to it, the more clearly you begin to sense the places where energy has been locked away, especially at the base, in the region of the sacrum. This region holds a strong connection to the body's emotional center, anchoring the pelvis where many early and unconscious emotional memories are stored, including feelings of shame, fear, vulnerability, and wounds tied to survival, safety, and identity. Traumas and unresolved emotions often settle in this area, creating tension and blocking the natural flow of energy. Through specific movements, especially gentle spirals, rocking, or pelvic wave motions, these stored patterns can begin to loosen. The emotional charge starts to release, and with it, the energy that was trapped can rise upward through the spine. This is not just physical. It's a psychoenergetic release that reawakens the body's internal flow, opening the path for higher states of awareness. The sacrum sits at the junction between two worlds, where the dense physical energy of the root chakra meets the subtle current rising upward. It's the point where energy begins its transformation from material to spirit. This transformation is the real process of ascension, moving from unconscious survival to conscious awareness. It's waking up from a long sleep, from passivity, confusion, and feeling stuck, to clarity, presence, and personal responsibility. Ancient systems didn't just revere the sacrum for its physical function. They considered it a seat of dormant power, something that could be activated, not through belief or force, but through movement, rhythm, and awareness. The Greeks associated this bone with the resurrection of the spirit. They believed that something essential, possibly indestructible, about the soul or energetic self was anchored in this part of the body. From a physical standpoint, it is one of the strongest bones in the body. It supports the spine and upper body, distributes weight to the pelvis and legs, and endures constant pressure, especially in our sedentary lifestyles. It is the very first bone to form in your mother's womb. From this foundation, your entire spine and the central axis of your body develops. And it's the last bone in the human body to disintegrate after death, which may have contributed to the idea that the sacrum holds a kind of lasting imprint of the self, possibly even the essence of the spirit or its memory. The sacrum also has 8 holes, a feature that carries symbolic meaning in many esoteric systems, often connected to transformation, cycles, and rebirth. So the question is, what exactly is being preserved or protected in this bone? Why did so many traditions connect it with spiritual awakening, ascension, or the soul's return? In yogic systems, this area is seen as the foundation of the life force, known as prana. The spine becomes a channel, a living antenna, and the sacrum is the base switch that activates the flow. When it is activated, gently moved, breathed into, or consciously engaged, it begins to stimulate the flow of energy up the spine. It's also closely tied to the pelvic floor and the cerebrospinal fluid system. Subtle movements of the sacrum, through breath, intention, or specific exercises, can influence the flow of this fluid, which nourishes the brain and spinal cord. This may be one reason why many people report increased clarity, peace, and even visionary states after working with the sacral area. Modern research in somatic therapy and fascia science shows that the sacrum is a vital hub for deep nervous system regulation. When it moves and vibrates gently in spiral or circular motions, not through force, but through natural rhythm, it sends a strong, calming signal to your nervous system. This movement activates the sacral nerve plexus, a key part of the autonomic nervous system that helps balance relaxation and alertness. The gentle pulse is interpreted as an invitation to release chronic tension. When the body feels safe to relax, energy begins to flow naturally. In modern approaches like those of Joe Dispenza, the sacrum is indirectly engaged through the breath to the brain method, contracting the lower muscles and pulling energy upward with focused breath and intention. This upward pressure activates the cerebrospinal system, stimulating the pineal gland and shifting brainwave states, often leading to mystical experiences. In this way, the sacrum acts as a sacred mechanism inside you, an energetic portal encoded in your flesh and bone that bridges the physical body with higher states of consciousness. It's a key to unlocking vitality, presence, and inner transformation. Even in craniosacral therapy, subtle movements of the sacrum are used to release trauma and restore balance. When this area is restricted, the flow of vital energy is blocked, and when it's freed, the entire system begins to reorganize. So while the sacrum may be physically at the bottom, spiritually, it's a starting point, a root, and it's from the root that true transformation begins. Now that we have uncovered the sacrum as a sacred portal, let's explore some simple practices to engage with it. These exercises are gentle and accessible. No special skills or equipment are needed, only your presence and intention. First, pelvic rocking. Stand with your feet hip-width apart and knees slightly bent. Let your arms rest naturally by your sides. Begin to gently tilt your pelvis forward and then back in a slow, subtle rocking motion. Keep your upper body relaxed and still. Synchronize the movement with your breath. Inhale as you tilt the pelvis forward. Exhale as you tilt it back. There is no need to force anything. Keep it slow, soft, and fluid. Feel the wave-like motion travel up from the base of your spine. This simple motion activates the sacrum and helps release tension and stagnant energy stored in the pelvic area. Second, the sacral lift. Lie on your back with knees bent and your feet flat on the floor, hip-width apart. Close your eyes and bring your attention inward, to the center of your pelvis. On an inhale, gently lift your pelvis upward, engaging your core and the muscles around your sacrum. Hold for a moment, then slowly lower it as you exhale. Repeat this 6 to 8 times, staying present with the movement and focusing on the flow of energy moving from the base of your spine upward. This gentle motion activates the sacral spinal connection, awakening circulation, energy flow, and awareness in the lower body. Third, spiral the energy. The infinity hip flow. Stand upright with your feet hip-width apart and your knees softly bent. Begin to move your hips in the shape of a horizontal figure 8, like the infinity symbol turned on its side. There is no need to force or analyze. Let the motion be fluid and intuitive. Allow your pelvis to guide the rhythm, not the mind, but the body itself. With each slow breath, feel the movement loosening deep-held tension in the lower body, especially around the sacrum and psoas. This spiral motion gently unblocks what has been stored, stuck, or forgotten. Fourth, mindful breathing with perineum engagement. Sit or lie down comfortably. Place your hands at the base of your abdomen, just above the pubic bone. As you inhale, gently expand the lower belly outward. As you exhale, let it return to center, soft, without forcing. Now add a subtle pulse. On the exhale, gently contract the muscles around the perineum, the area between the genitals and anus, as if giving a soft upward push. Imagine drawing energy up from the sacrum. This micro-movement, synchronized with the breath, creates a wave that travels upward from the sacrum through the spine. It helps activate subtle energy circuits connected to awareness, perception, and your personal energy field. It's like opening a hidden channel, allowing energy to move freely where before it was stagnant. Over time, this practice shifts your experience of the body from solid form to vibrating field. And within that field, things begin to reorganize. These movements, combined with conscious breathing, activate the energy circulation that flows from the sacrum, up the spine, over the crown of the head, and down the front of the body. This circulation harmonizes your internal energy, promoting clarity, calm, and expanded awareness. As you practice regularly, you may begin to notice subtle shifts, greater presence, deeper intuition, and a sense of alignment with a force greater than yourself. The sacrum, once forgotten, becomes a bridge to your inner world and beyond. Remember, the key is gentleness and consistency. Honor your body's rhythm. The portal inside you opens most fully when you move without force, with respect, and with attention. Across cultures and systems, the sacrum has always held a place of deep reverence, though few speak of it directly. The methods vary, but the goal is the same: to awaken the energy at the base of the spine and allow it to rise. Activating the sacrum is more than just a physical or energetic practice. It is a doorway to transformation on many levels. In ancient traditions, the sacrum was called the throne of the soul, because it holds the root of our life force and our connection to the unseen realms. When this energy center awakens, it can lift us beyond ordinary perception and into deeper states of presence and insight. Breath is the primary key to unlocking this inner gateway. Deep conscious breathing awakens the subtle energy stored around the sacrum. By coordinating breath with movement, you begin to activate a rhythm encoded deep within your flesh. Kundalini Yoga uses breath and physical locks, bandhas, to awaken Kundalini energy coiled at the base of the spine. The breath directs energy upward through the chakras, transforming not only the body but consciousness itself. In the old traditions of Africa, the wise elders, walkers between worlds, danced in spirals that stirred the base of the spine. They didn't dance for show or for expression. They danced to open inner portals. Through the rhythm and vibration, energy would rise like an ancient flame, awakening dormant layers of perception. In Mesoamerica, the path of the Nahual taught that certain movements, repeated with devotion, could reactivate a forgotten code within the body. They understood that everything begins at the base, at the point they called the throne of the spirit. Your body is not just flesh and bone. It is a vessel, a living interface between dimensions, a portal through which consciousness experiences reality. What you call you is not limited to this form. You are an electromagnetic being. But when consciousness is locked into matter, when attention is fixed only on the physical realm, it becomes confined within the body, which represents the earth. The root chakra, the lowest energy center, symbolizes this connection to dense matter, survival, and gravity. But you were not meant to remain at the base. Many get stuck here, anchored by emotional blockages, unresolved fears, and attachments to the material world. These subtle patterns weigh down the energy, making it harder to rise, to reach upward, toward heaven, toward expansion. That's why this part of the body, this foundation, is so important. And that's why the sacrum plays such a crucial role. It holds ancient memory, both personal and collective. It is the gatekeeper of transformation. When this center is activated and cleared, the energy begins to rise, not through effort, but through release. There is symbolism in every part of the body. It is more than structure. It is signal, frequency, memory. To live only in the material is to forget the rest of the spectrum. Your task is not to escape the body, but to activate it, to awaken the codes within, and to remember that this form is not your prison, it is your instrument. Engaging the sacrum with awareness, through movement, breath, and activation, helps you connect more deeply with yourself and the present moment. Over time, this quiet practice brings you back to your center. You stop running from yourself and begin truly finding yourself. Through daily practice, feeling, breathing, falling, returning and being present, you realize you're no longer searching for portals, because you have become one. I hope this information helps you, and always remember, you hold immense power within, far beyond the physical world. You are here to awaken to it. Thank you for listening.